Hey, welcome back to the Big Ranch Show. Thank you for joining me. Now, today I want to talk about Target. Target of all things, right? Well, if you remember last year, there was a big uproar because they put out Pride merchandise for Pride Month, and all these bigots got angry and mad, started screaming and ranting and raving and protesting and attacking store clerks because there was Pride merchandise in the Target. Now, nobody was forcing them to buy the stuff. No one was forcing them to look at the stuff. But they were screaming that they were having it forced down their throats. So Target pulled back and put all of it online for the most part. And now they've decided at Target that they are no longer going to support the LGBT community. And they've decided to pull back almost completely. Pride merch will not be available in most of their stores. Pride merch will be very limited online. So that tells me that I probably won't support them anymore. If Target's going to bow down and cater to the bigots, then I'm not going to sit here and support them. I used to always see Target as a step up from Walmart. I always thought Target was a better place. I always assumed Target was run by a better group of people. But I found out they're all cowards. Sure, Target may be a classier looking place. And Target may have been a supporter at one point, but apparently they have taken the side of the bigots, and that's the side they're going to run with. So when it comes to Target, I think at least for the month of June, I'll make sure I don't shop there. I don't shop there very often to begin with, but I always like some of the stuff they have, so I like to go to Target or order from Target sometimes. But I don't guess I'll be doing that because there's no reason to support a business that is going to cater to the cries of bigots. That's all there is to it. There are other places that are probably going to pull back some a little bit too, but you know what? Most of them haven't said they're going to pull back online. Most of them haven't said they're going to pull back everything out of their stores either. And I saw a TikTok just a little bit ago because a lot of people are like, well, you shouldn't be buying Pride merch from Target in the first place. And they had a good reaction to that comment, that belief. That for a lot of people, that is the only place they're going to see, you know, themselves being represented. I grew up in East Texas, where you didn't even have representation in stores for people of the LGBTQ community. We were an afterthought. We didn't matter. And to many people, we still don't. We're still considered lesser by a lot of people. Doesn't make it right. It's actually kind of despicable that you would judge somebody based on who they love or who they're attracted to or how they identify gender-wise, right? Doesn't make sense to me. It never has and it never will. But I come from a time where you didn't see Pride merch in any store. If you live off in rural areas, your possibility to even buy Pride merch is probably not going to be an option, right? Because a lot of times if you live out in rural areas, sometimes you don't have a lot of money. And you definitely don't have money to go pay, handmade products and stuff. You don't have the money for that a lot of times. And so it's not always affordable for people to buy from just straight from artists and stuff like that. And I agree that you should, support artists, especially LGBTQ artists and LGBTQ owned businesses. And I completely understand that. But in a lot of rural areas in this country, you don't have that option. In rural East Texas, it's never an option. At least not until recently. Now here in Norman, I'm sure I'll still be able to find Pride merch at, say, Walmart. I wouldn't be surprised to see it in other stores too. But I think it's absolutely shameful of Target to pull their support like that. It does go to show you that they were only doing it for the views, basically, right? For clout. It was just a corporate business trying to, raise money or to get money and raise their clout within the community. And to make people think they supported us when all along they were going to bow down to the bigots at the first time of trouble. But let's make one thing clear. This isn't just a Target problem. This is a bigot problem. We have far too many in this country. Too many people around the world with those views that LGBTQ people just shouldn't exist. That we shouldn't be allowed to be out and open and happy about who we are. That the mere thought of us having any ounce of representation is an affront to them and us shoving our views down their throats. When I can walk into almost any Walmart in the world and find a church or find a church-based T-shirt, a shirt with a cross on it. I remember walking into Walmart seeing a bunch of shirts that say "Jesus saves." Did I get upset about it? No. Did I say cool? Shirts for people that identify as Christian. Awesome. Right? I see stuff all the time in stores that aren't for me. All the time. Just because it's not for me doesn't mean it's being shoved down my throat. If it's not for me, it means I don't buy it. And leave it there for somebody else who may want it. I walk into stores all the time. I see people and see places where you can buy cigarettes. To me, smoking, not a great thing. I don't think it's a smart idea. But you know what? That's my personal opinion. I'm not going to tell you what to do. There have been people talking about banning cigarettes entirely. I don't believe that should be an option. I believe that you should be able to be and do whatever you want, as long as you're not hurting other people. There are a lot of things in this world that, they don't have to be about you. You don't have to like what other people like. You don't have to support what other people support. But you have no reason to kill their representation. I find it funny that so many Christian folks are out there telling people that we're shoving our beliefs down their throats when all we're doing is existing. So what? Target had a t-shirt with a rainbow on it. Oh no, everybody run and hide. I gotta tell you, this stuff just chaps my ass. I don't understand it. Like, what is it about people existing that cause you so much grief? And the businesses like Target that want to pull their support from the LGBTQ community when we have supported you through the years, believing that you supported us, but you balk at the first time that somebody decides to stand up and say they don't believe that we should be represented? That makes you just as bad as the bigots. But what more do you expect from a major corporation, huh? You don't expect corporations to actually believe what they say they believe, do you? It's like when, a few years ago, Burger King did something, in support of Pride Month, and I thought, okay, cool, I'll talk about it. People just ragged me in the comments about how terrible I was for supporting Burger King because they're such a terrible company. But you know what? They didn't back down when people complained about them doing a Pride Month thing. They kept doing it. Now I don't know if they'll do it this year. I haven't heard, but I know since that video they've done Pride events at different Burger King locations throughout the country in the last like 4 years. Right. So maybe they'll keep doing it. But to any corporation out there who's trying to co-opt the LGBTQ community, trying to convince us, that you support our existence, if you're not really going to support our existence, go ahead, get rid of the merch. I would rather know where I'm actually welcome to shop. And if you're a business that's going to cater to the bigots, then clearly you don't want me in your store. It's really disappointing to see this happen and to see this go down in 2024. Just know the Big Rancho is a safe place. Please hit me up in the comments if you have any questions. If you have any any problems of any kind with especially with LGBTQ issues, let me know, and maybe if I see the comment, maybe I can help find you whatever help you're looking for. But always be sure you reach out to your local LGBTQ organizations if you can find them. Look for your local chapter of PFLAG, and there's a lot of other groups. If you're up in the Dayton, Ohio area, I'll be sure to check out what help maybe you could get from Have a Gay Day. They operate up there, I believe, in Dayton or around Dayton somewhere in Ohio. And just check your groups. There's just you can do a cursory Google search for LGBT groups. And if you're having any kind of like mental health issues stemming from the way the world treats our community, check out things like the Trevor Project and the National, Suicide Hotline if you're in that kind of trouble. Just know that the Big Ranch Show will always support the LGBTQ community. We will never waver in our support of the LGBTQ community. Just always know that. Anyways, thank you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching my videos. And to those of you that are here pretty much every week watching my videos, I really thank you for that. Because as you know, I don't get paid for these videos because I don't make enough money or enough views on my videos. So I do this for you. I do this as a way for me to have an outlet, but also for you to be able to know that there are people out there that care. Whether you're low income, whether you're LGBTQ, whether you're just going through a bad day, know the Big Ranch Show is here for you. Because we support people. That's what we do here. Anyways, have a great day. I'll see you down the road.